with any adaptation, how severe it becomes is really determined by, it's really determined by two things. What was kind of your health status before you started the
Right.
diet, right?
Yes.
If you
Yes.
were already in a bad spot, then of course it's going to be worse, right? Now,
100%.
the second part would be how far away from your natural set point are you? And I kind of try to tell this to people, like females especially. How many women do you know that if they just ate around maintenance comfortably and they worked out casually would walk around with a 6-pack of boxed out glues? It's going to be, the percentage is going to be really,
Yeah.
really small. You're getting so far away from what your body likes to maintain. That's where those adaptations are creating more and more and more and more. So the further away you are from what you can call your natural kind of set point, the more you can expect it to affect you post-show. Sure, leptin's dictated by, it's somewhat influenced by food, but it's really dictated by body fat, a lot of it, right? So your leptin levels are going to be difficult to return until you put fat on it. And your ghrelin, Ghrelin's a little tricky. So ghrelin moves around a little bit more than leptin as far as, the signaling. Ghrelin gets tricky here because generally as food intake goes up, ghrelin is supposed to come down. And that's kind of like how it works. But ghrelin's also working in conjunction with leptin here. And it's like, hey, keep signaling for us.
Yeah.
We need to get fatter.
We need to get fat. Yeah. We need more food.
So you get these really bizarre, and anyone that's been in this situation will know 100% what I'm talking about. This really bizarre symptom where you could literally fill your stomach full of food, but you still want to eat.
Yeah, you're still hungry, even though you're full. You're still hungry.
You could fill it. You could fill it to the point where you are basically, someone could like roll you across the room. You're like a ball, but you still want to eat, right? You're still getting this signal. So that's ghrelin. That's like, hey, let's get this person fat. We need to get fatter, right? So that's where these schools of thought about reverse dieting post-show come into play, right? You have the one camp that's like, hey, we need to just regain body fat as quick as possible, go right back to, maintenance.
Yeah.
Don't even worry about it, right? Then you have the other camp that's slower approach. So in theory, the camp that wants to go faster, it makes sense. Okay, it does make sense, but the problem is that we're dealing with a human being and we're dealing with emotions. And then the other issue is your maintenance is not the same. You can't say, okay, I ended my off season at 6,000 calories and I ended my prep at 2,000. You're not going to shoot back up to 6,000. Your maintenance has changed. So that idea is, yes, it makes sense, but it's way too simplistic. So we need to think, my goal is how can I get this person back to homeostasis as quick as possible while also kind of working with their personality and their mentality.